Greetings, dear ones. I am Kryon of Magnetic Service. Following up on my partner's answer and the meditation you just heard, there are those who would wring their hands and say, I see the evil around me or in humanity. How can we fight the darkness? The answer I have always given, dear ones, is you never have to fight the darkness. All you have to do is create light. That's all. The darkness cannot exist when light is there. It cannot. And in that, we present yet again the idea that the light around you that you create yourself is far, far more effective than you think. Instead of trying to fight that which is dark, creating light almost does it for you. And the darkness starts to then diminish by itself. We're doing a series of 4 channelings this month. And if you could title them, they're all about timing. So far we have given you 2 examples of timing in 2 categories, and this is the 3rd. And this one is for you. It's about you in your life and timing that is critical and important for you. Now, this particular message has been taught by my partner for years. But he and others are aware that the messages that he teaches sometimes have not been seen by the many who are starting to then come online, as they say, wake up to grander truths, as they say, and perhaps tune in to this particular message. So we're going to give it to you again. And I want to make sure you truly hear this, because it is so unusual and different from what you expect. The subject is the timing of what you have that's spiritual. So many of you listening to my voice right now, watching this program, perhaps either live or in a replay, have had inklings, intuitions, even direct messages from Spirit about your life, or perhaps what you were supposed to do in the future, or what you're supposed to create. And you have all along felt that perhaps this was it. Time to write a book, perhaps. Time to open some kind of spiritual center or a healing practice, perhaps. And in this new energy, there is a grander kind of communication. And what I mean by that, you might have had an intuition. Yes, I've always wanted to do this, or yes, this is what I know that I'm here for. And then in this new energy, that will be enhanced, almost as though you're getting a direct message from Spirit. Yes, this is what you're to do. And if you have been so fortunate to feel this in such a way that you now understand, yes, this is what I'm supposed to do, what is next for you? Well, the answer for you is obvious. You do it. And so for those of you who perhaps got a message to start a healing center or some other program or an online program of something, you begin it. And you say, well, how can I start, or what can I do, or this or that? And perhaps if it's ambitious, you have to rent something or go someplace or start whatever it is. And it doesn't work. Now, there are so many of you who've had this happen in an older energy. And sometimes in that older energy, it comes to you in a way that is so profoundly there. And so in that energy, you've actually tried it and you started. But you reached a block here and there, and the people weren't there or right for you, or the funding wasn't right for you, or didn't come, or you started it on your own and tried to fund it yourself and it didn't work. And that's even worse, because that then, of course, is a scar It's a scar on that which you think is your spiritual goal. You tried it, it didn't work, even though you got a message that it was supposed to. So what happens next? Let's just say that there are some of you listening right now who had a big message in the past to do something, and you tried it and it didn't work. I have a message for all of you. And this is the message. Are you ready? Who said you were to do it now? And the answer you would have, of course I'm supposed to do it now. And this is where it gets good, because here is where your linearity and your humanness get in the way of spiritual messages. In your life, dear ones, any authority figure, whether it was in school, or whether it was home, or whether it was your boss at work, when they said, I want you to do this, they meant when? And the answer is now. But when Spirit shows you something, it's not that way. Here is the message I really, truly want to get across to you today about timing for these things for yourself. And here's the message. The first step is you receive confirmation, or you start to collect that which your intuition says is what you're supposed to do. And collect it meaning that you start finding the ideas that will go into it and what you might do to make it and accomplish it. But you don't actually do it until the timing is right. Now, for those of you who tried something when you thought the timing was right in a past energy and it didn't work, it's harder for you to do it again because you already think you failed. How linear of you. All you did was you did it at the wrong time. Well, then the next question is, how do I know the right time? And the answer is really good. It will be shown to you. There'll be no question. When it's right, somebody will come up to you, like maybe a year later, you're supposed to build a healing center, you got all ready to go perhaps, and nothing fall into place, and so now you're sitting there saying, I failed, and a year later somebody comes up to you and says, I'd like to build a healing center with you, and I've got all the resources. And you go, yes, this would be a good thing, because you realize you should have waited. There are many of these things that we present to you slowly. We give you confirmation, and Spirit loves you so much that it's not going to let you sit and wallow in wonder. When you have something really good, light to spread to this planet, programs that'll work, classes to do, books to write, healing centers to build. And that will then be given to you as an aha and a yes, and this is why you're here, dear one. And then we're saying, stop and wait. Wait for the right things to come along, and they will. They will. Because it was given to you for that reason, not so you can sit there and wonder if you failed. Spirit loves you enough to go in the second round with you, to show you the ones that you perhaps were waiting for, or the resources that perhaps you were waiting for, or perhaps, even in the case of my partner, the information that was missing that now would be given to you that completes the puzzle. So again, we tell you, you have a very linear idea of when, and that has to do with timing. Spirit loves you enough to give you information in advance for you to look at and let mature and grow upon. And then when the timing is right, to activate that which you knew you came for. Does that make sense to you, dear ones? That there would be that much love. It doesn't happen all at once. It doesn't have to happen all at once. It's up to you completely. So the next time you get this wonderful idea, or perhaps you're shown something that you truly are here to do, and you say, I knew it. Don't then go off and do it immediately. Stop for a moment and say, is it complete? Is it ready? Do I have the resources? Those perhaps I'm supposed to meet who will then complete the picture. And if it doesn't feel right, then wait. And know it's okay to wait. And nothing will be harmed in waiting for the right things at the right time. Timing is the key, dear ones. And we are with you in the timing. We'll supply you with what you need in order to accomplish those things that you came for. It's a great message about timing that's personal, isn't it? There's more. I'm Kryon, in love with humanity. And so it is.